Khan, Shalom Akim.
Shalom.
We would like to start off by giving our honor and glory to
Yahweh
Yahweh, by
by
Hashem,
Hashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushua
by
by
Hashem,
Hashem,
Kakudash,
Kakwadash.
the honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of great millstone rule well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Our honors are high, spirit, we and Judah to my left.
Ayashama.
All right, today we're going to go into a live stream entitled Nobility versus Degeneracy. All right, or nobility culture versus degeneracy culture. All right, because you're going to understand if you look at the history book, you go into the portal in time and look at the standard of our people. All right, going back to the 20th century America, the 1930s and 40s. All right, going back to the medieval dark times where Jake ruled Europe.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
even going back to the key point, which is Jerusalem. All right, the kingdom of David, the house of David. All right, you go into and we're going to get into the spirit, the etiquette of our forefathers.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
our standard. All right, and our what they call it, our north compass, so to speak, was at an all-time high.
Yep.
What we held in high regards was at an all-time high. All right, as opposed to now, what do we hold as a standard? All right, degeneracy.
Yep.
All right.
And, I get this precept real quickly.
Okay.
I'm gonna get definition for you too.
Because
this is Jeremiah 2:21. It said, "Yet I planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed."
See, we live in the kingdom of niggerdom, to where if you're not in the energy of a nigger, you don't appeal to people.
Yep.
All right, but we had something that was more superior than niggerdom.
Yep.
All right, we had nobility.
Yep.
All right, when you watch the czars of Russia, you watch the Ottoman Empire, the Medici Empire. What's your show? The Tudors.
Tudors. Yep.
All right, you see a display of nobility, how they talk, how they walk.
The five good emperors.
I'm sorry?
The five good emperors of Rome.
Yeah, the five good emperors of Rome. Yep.
Nerva.
Yep.
You know.
So these are kingdoms, all right, that exemplify nobility. And a degenerate was just that in their kingdom, a degenerate, a low life. All right?
Because you even go to the five good emperors, you know, Hadrian, Nerva, Marcus Aurelius. You know, that's when, you know, the beard was brought back to Rome. That's when you had administrative, you know, it goes into how you had administrative advances. You know, you had the emperors. You know, they would actually go to different parts of their kingdom of the Roman Empire, and they would establish order. You know, like they traveled and established order. So, yeah, man, like Jake is built to rule. You know, but this society, like you say, Jake is the face of degeneracy. Yeah. But really, Jake has the best qualities to rule.
The best qualities.
Yep. I'll finish this out. It says, Jeremiah 2:21, it says, "Yet I planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?"
And so I'm going to get the word degenerate, all right? This is from the etymology online. It says, I'm going to get to the point. It says, degenerator, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, to be inferior to one's ancestors, to become unlike one's race or kind, fall from ancestral quality. So that's what we did through something called gradualism, starting with the falling away, and what we believe was accelerated after the 60s was falling from an ancestral standard.
Yep.
All right.
I got a quick precept to bag you up. In Jeremiah 7:25, it says, "Since the day your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. Yet they hearkened not unto me, nor inclined their ear, but hardened their neck. They did worse than their fathers."
They did worse than their fathers. And speaking of fathers, we have a culture that doesn't even produce father figures. All right. We have a culture where you have sons and daughters outside the institution of a family structure. If that's not degeneracy, almost every Israelite under what, 40 sags his pants? Almost every Israelite woman dressed provocative. And this is the norm. The average Israelite man and woman has tattoos. You see?
Read this in NLT, Jeremiah 7:26 said, "But my people have not listened to me or even tried to hear. they have been stubborn and sinful, even worse than their ancestors.
Even worse than their ancestors. So the things, even the things that got our ancestors kicked out of the homeland, we go harder than that.
Mm-hmm.
The very thing that got us sent over here, we go harder than that culture, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
As a matter of fact, man, I want to get this account
Yeah, come.
because even you remember when I was reading this the other day, but you remember when Samuel, went to inquire of the witch about no, when King Saul went to inquire of the
Yeah.
witch about, and she summoned up Samuel for.
Yep.
But when you look at this, um, real quick. So this is the account after Saul went and summoned uh, Samuel through this witch. This Israelite woman that was a witch. So this was after Samuel was faint. Okay. So it said this First Samuel 28 and 21. It says, and the woman came unto Saul and saw that he was sore troubled, and then this woman is a witch. And he said unto him, behold, thy handmaid hath obeyed thy voice, and I have put my life in thy hand, and have hearkened unto the words which thou spakest unto me. Now therefore I pray thee, hearken thee also unto the voice of thy handmaid, and let me set a morsel of bread before thee, and eat, that thou mayest have strength when thou goest thy way. But he refused and said, I would not eat. But his servants together with the woman compelled him, and he hearkened unto the voice. So he arose forth from the earth and sat upon the bed. And the woman had a fat calf in the house, and she hasted and killed it, and took flour and netted it, and did bake unleavened bread thereof, and she brought it before Saul and before his servants, and they did eat. Then they rose up and went away that night. And I brought that account out to show you that even witches had homemaker skills.
Yeah.
to get a fat cow,
Yeah.
to dress, to slaughter it,
Yeah.
to cook it, to make bread from scratch.
On site.
Yeah, she was a witch, but she had homemaker skills. So how far have we degenerated as a people?
She don't cook. She don't clean.
Yeah, that's the standard.
She
Don't
degenerated.
cook, don't clean, but still got the ring.
Yeah. Yeah. No, because you did a video on there, I gotta watch it. But that reminds me of Tabitha that was mentioned in the New Testament.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get that account?
Yeah. Because part of our culture, all right, the economy was within our culture. It was within our world and within our religion. So when you join with a wife, y'all just didn't do this thing for love or lust. That was really like a business move.
Yep.
So you hired an employee. So when you got a wife out of Jerusalem, she came with the homemaking skills.
Yeah. She came with a skill set. Because you go into the scriptures, you go into the history, they talked about how important the Israelite woman was to the economy of the nation. Because the woman played a vital part in turning resources into usable goods. Because the man, as the militaries of Israel, they will go conquer heathen nations, and they will go get, the linens, the fabrics, but the woman would turn it into garments. They would go get the wheat and the livestock, but the woman would turn it into food. The grinding mill, she would turn it into flour. But that's one of the highest qualities of a woman, is to be able to manipulate raw resources and make it usable for the nation, man.
Even that YouTube channel, what's that? At Home with Christy or whatever.
Yeah. One you put me on.
Yeah, she was like she thought she knew how to cook until she really got into homemaking.
Yep.
And homemaking really consists of making everything from scratch.
Yep.
Showing you that's an ancient world skill.
Yep. This is Acts 9:36. It said, now there was a Joppa, a disciple named Tabitha, which by interpretation is called Dorcas. This woman was full of good works and alms, which she did. And it came to pass in those days that she was sick and died, whom when they had washed, they laid her in an upper chamber. And as for as much as Lydda was nigh to Joppa, and the disciples had heard that Peter was there, they sent unto him 2 men, desiring him that he would not delay to come to him. Then Peter arose and went with them when he was come, and they brought him into the upper chamber, and all widows stood by weeping and showing the coats and garments which darkness made while she was with them.
Mm. To make a whole coat. And I know you had that in your family, brother, because I know my great grandmother, they made those big quilts.
Yep.
Like it's like you get all the towels. You make it's like towel by towel, but you make these big old quilts. And also something that was very big amongst Israel. And I know my great grandma, she was Gad on one of her sides of the family. But that shows you there was like an ancient custom, man. But we're not supposed to be so outsourced, all right, that we got to go to the store for everything. All right, the between a man and a woman, that's the economy.
Even on the show Tudors,
yeah,
King Henry, it showed his first wife, Queen Catherine. She made his shirts. Even though she was a queen, she was show you that even the highest ranking women, had a skill set. She wasn't just enjoying the luxuries of, king. Like she even made some of the banners, that they used when they went into war. She actually sold, and made some of those banners, man.
And when you go into Zebulon, right, they have those stitched garments, right? The way they dress is full of embroideries. That goes to show you that they're Northern Kingdom Israelites. All right, because if you go into Exodus, if you could look up the word embroidery,
okay,
in the Blue Letter Bible, all right, it shows you that was part of our thing too. All right, like over there in West Africa, the Southern Kingdom, they had a dashikis. All right, but the real dashikis, they're embroidered. All right, so that's really an Israelite custom, man. All right, that's real designer. All right, if like this beautiful garment right here, this was put together by a sister, man. All right, but if you were to sell this, it'd be high price. For one, it's handmade. All right, what makes something really expensive is that it's handmade. Like what's the difference between, say, a Chrysler and a Rolls Royce? Well, a Rolls Royce is manufactured by hands as opposed to robots, and it takes 9 months to manufacture a Rolls Royce. All right, but when you go back to our forefathers, all right, we did everything by hand. All right, and that was part of the craft. All right.
This is Exodus 35 and 30. It says, and Moses said unto the children of Israel, see, the Lord Yahweh have called by name Bezalel, the son of Uriah, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. And he have filled him with the spirit of the Most High in wisdom, in understanding, and in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship, and to devise curious works, to work in gold, and in silver, and in brass, and in the cutting of stones to set them, and in the carving of wood to make any manner of cunning work. And he hath put in his heart that he may teach both he and Ahab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan. And there's another point I want to make, Bob.
Oh, yeah, come on.
You like really, that's why your father, like you go to trade school now, but your father was your trade school.
That's right. That's right.
You see?
That's right.
Your father was your trade school. So it wasn't no thing of you trying to figure out what you want to be in life. Nah, you took on your father's trade. And let's say, me and him are brothers, and my son, let's say he was a blacksmith, and I was a shepherd. Well, let's say we seen that my son was a little, he was a natural blacksmith. Well, I can send my son to this brother's house, and he would do an apprenticeship, and he would take on the blacksmith. Well, either way, he would have a trade. Yeah. Like it was everything was in house.
It was in house.
You didn't have to go pay, an institution to teach you. Nah, everything was in house, man.
And I've gone to an institution. I've gone to trucking school, and a lot of that shit is degenerated. Yeah. There's so much folly behind closed doors. It's like,
But who gonna have your best interest outside of your father or your uncle?
Right.
Right. It says, verse 35. It said, them have he filled with the wisdom of heart and all manner of work of the engraver and the cunning workman and of the embroiderer.
Yep. And see, going back to what we was going to Tabitha. All right. How she made those linen sheets and that's how like I said, the so-called Guatemalans, all right, so-called West Africans with the dashikis, that's Israelite work, man. All right, they went into engraved. So it was probably like Yahweh engraved in the garments. All right, you had embroideries. All right, that's that cunning work, those elaborate linens. Nah, that's Israelite work, man. The women be tapped in.
Yeah.
Gad,
Yeah.
Zebulun, Judah. You know, they back.
I won't get that word embroiderer.
Yep.
It's raquam in the Hebrew, and it says a variegant. It says a mixed colors. It says to be skillfully wrought or woven, and it says by implication of fabric, needlework, curiously work.
Then it said mixed colors.
Yep.
All right, now what type of coat did Jacob have?
Coat of many colors.
Yep, he gave Joseph a coat of many colors. All right, showing you that's an Israelite thing, that those flamboyant, exotic colors. But then, like I said, those skillful, elaborate threadings that if you go study so-called Native American and the women in their work, you look at Zebulon, it's the elaborate, highly skilled, detailed work. That's Israelite, man. All right? Because even these designers like Louis Vuitton and all that, they got a lot of those customs from Africa. But who had these kingdoms in Africa? Jake, man. You know?
Because the French colonized a lot of African nations.
Yep. That makes sense, man.
What's that, what we used to watch? When Jake had them suits on over there in Africa. I forgot the name of it.
Oh, God damn.
Yeah.
Because you know Solange, the singer, did a video over there.
Yeah.
And it's going to come back when we get done with the live.
Yeah, so we go.
Yeah.
So we say Shalom.
Good.
Yeah. This is Exodus 35 and 35 again. It said, them have he filled with the wisdom of heart to work all manner of work of the engraver and of the cunning workman and of the embroiderer in blue and in purple and in scarlet and in fine linen and of the weaver, even of them that do any work and those that devise cunning work.
Yep. So showing you that was part of the culture within our nation is embroidered work. All right. What we would call designer now, but the women were designers.
Yep.
All right. Now what are women doing? All right. And I'm gonna get the free dictionary definition of degenerate. It says to decline from an ancestral standard.
Yep. And as you go into the standards that we had, women, value their virtue. Men, all right, value their legacy. Having a good name. Now, it's all about having the vilest name. Being the most,
savage.
Yeah, being the most savage. Get over nigga. Getting over on your people, like that's honor. Nah, man, we had a standard where your name was everything. Your legacy was everything as a man.
Yeah.
All right, as a woman, your virtue was everything, man. Your submissiveness was everything, man. But now, like you say, the niggas that are the most wicked, this is a society where we celebrate the niggas that destroy the nation the most, the women that destroy the nation the most, the biggest dope boys. Look how many families them niggas destroying, man. Okay, the King Vons and them type of niggas, man. Serial killers. Like, this is a society where you celebrate serial killers, but they're killing their own nation.
Yep. It's a soundtrack that's being played to the demise of our nation.
Yeah. The only nation on earth that's taught to teach the next generation to destroy themselves, man.
Hey, King, speaking of King Von, finesse 2 times, boy.
Yeah. Look, King, yep.
That boy like 10, 8.
Yep.
Looks black.
Yep.
Round about going raw, and come on, man.
Quick on Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish, they have not known me, they are silent children. They have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
To do good they have no knowledge, man. No, you was gonna say something, bro.
So we went into how people had, knowledge and all skills and
craft.
But now our people only have wisdom and knowledge, man. Like, niggas are masters at adultery. The nigga woman is a master at being an adulteress. Okay.
Hey, and another word for degenerate, it says a sexual deviant.
Yep.
That's another definition.
And niggas are master at murderers. Yeah. The woman is a master. You got the plan B. You got the plan B. You got
the little,
Yep. You got the
little ring she put in her.
Yep. They burn your tubes now. It's like it's like, here it is. Rachel was begging for children.
Come on now. Yeah.
And now you got the woman that destroys children,
Yeah.
man. Even if they are born, they're born into an environment to where they're destroyed.
The environment is death.
Yeah.
The hood like a graveyard.
Yeah.
You know?
The limitation real quick.
Then I'll be thinking like in school, some of the most important things you don't learn.
Yeah.
Like you in school and you don't learn how to cook. You know, you finna go to school to get so-called educated and they feed you the poorest quality food.
Mm-hmm.
You probably qualify for a credit card your senior year in high school, but you don't know how to use a credit card.
Then they took what home
economics.
Yep.
Come on,
they took
man.
that out of school.
So how in the world you got school with men and women, but they don't have the knowledge of dealing with each other as men and women?
Yeah, because a home is a business.
It's a business.
You see?
Straight up.
A home is a business.
Yeah.
You know, and then like a man, this is why you gotta run your home like a CEO.
Mm-hmm.
You know, chief executive officer, man.
Mm.
Okay. I got a quick definition for social cultural norms.
Come on.
It says the definition of cultural norms refers to shared beliefs or values and the human behaviors that support these values within a given society, such as the standards of conduct that are met with social approval or disapproval. So now you look at this degenerate culture, you know, it's approved, you know, to have a man, okay, to be like say, a 40-year-old gangbanger. Like that's approved.
That's approved.
Nigga like Crip Mac, you know, like that's approved. Whack 100, you know, 40 years old gangbang, 50 years old gangbang.
Going live, talking shit to each other.
Yeah. Arguing and shit. Okay, it's approved to have multiple baby fathers and you know, but still no man in the house. Like that's approved.
Yep.
You know, a neighborhood that's infested with drugs, crackheads. Okay, that's the cultural norms of our people, man. Okay,
being in and out of jail,
in and out of jail. You know, the prison, you know, culture.
What did they get? What did Cardi B say? I like niggas who be in and out of jail.
Yeah, that's the but that's a standard.
Yeah,
that's a choice of men.
Yep.
You know,
because if you a woman and he's a man and y'all come together, y'all started a business.
Yeah.
Now, what is your business manufacturing?
Yeah.
Niggas and nigglets.
Yeah. So imagine Jeff Bezos in and out of prison, but he got a company to run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Business going to shit.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine CEOs keep going in and out of prison. Like that's not. But in nigga culture, it's cute.
Yeah.
But it's able to do that because you have all these first world conveniences. You know, so really you can live by any standard that you want. Because you still have the safety net of first world conveniences, man. Okay? But if we had to live outside of the grid, nigga culture, it would be one generation and done.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like this would be one generation and it'd be done.
In contrast to the Amish.
Yep.
And that goes to show you they have an adequate system because they could live outside the grid and they could sustain themselves. Nigga culture is not a sustainable culture. You got a third party entity, the so-called white man's power structure that reinforces that and supports that. They give the woman the poor decision maker welfare.
Yep.
She can go to college.
Yep.
But there's no college in the wilderness.
Yep.
There's no welfare in the wilderness.
Yep. There's no you can't be part of you can't have Esau's careers in the wilderness. Okay, if we had to be a sovereign nation, okay. This is Lamentations 4:1. It says, how is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter? Even the sea mustard draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness.
And what's an example? You becoming cruel? Your abortion rate. All right, it was one of Martin Luther King's descendants that was like 1/4 of our race is missing through abortion because you have no problem aborting an Israelite baby. You know, you have no problem with depriving him of his father. That's cruel. You have no problem feeding him poor quality food.
Yeah.
How in the world are we more health conscious than the average woman, man?
Yep.
You know,
and like I say, the woman, you know, she was the gatekeeper of the nutrients that went into her house, man.
Yeah.
Like women played an extremely important role. Esau, going back to the color, I guess we can call it the color purple effect.
Yeah.
Where he made homemaking, this low grade,
Oh yeah.
office
Yeah.
in the house. you know.
And it's funny you said that because that's the picture that pop into Eve's mind when you say submissive will be at the house.
Yeah.
They go back to that movie.
Yeah, Mister.
Yeah.
Danny Glove.
Yeah, the dark skin. He always dark skinned too.
Yeah.
You know?
With their hand, that ash ass hand.
Yeah, man. But guess what? You at work, corporately homemaking.
Yeah.
You never stop being a helpmeet.
Yeah.
Now you're a corporate helpmeet.
Yeah.
You know? And that was a spirit because it was another lesson I'm gonna make through the spirit from helpmeets to hoes.
Yep.
Like, was it really a come up to go from being a helpmeet to a whore? Through the spirit.
Hell of a transition.
Yeah.
Esau did a crossover on your ass, man. Thought you was winning, but nah, man, you lost.
Yep.
I got a quick one. This is Isaiah 29:16. It says, "Surely your turning things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him, he have no understanding?"
Yep.
And Esau, he turned everything upside down, because pretty much Esau remixed the order that was already set up from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
The structure that the Most High gave to Adam, because he gave Adam the office of, because Adam, what he said, Adam named all the animals.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just one facet that shows you pretty much that Adam had the oversight of worldly affairs.
Mm-hmm.
If you're naming the animals, it's not all you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Adam was putting the world in order through systems of wisdom. And with the woman, she was his helpmeet, and she was arranging the house. So Adam had the office of arranging, the earth, and the woman had the office of arranging the house. And then in their house, like when you really, let's say, get into homemaking, that's a career.
And going into what you're saying, to prove to you that that's her domain.
Yeah.
If you misplace your sock, who know where it's at?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Look by the couch behind, like, damn, how she doing my shit at?
Yeah.
Cause that's her domain, man.
Yeah.
But the earth is supposed to be our domain, like you going into.
Yeah. Yeah. So because you make the earth, because like as a ruler, your decision making increases the earth's output, and the woman will manipulate the earth to make it usable for you. So your decision making as a ruler, as a man, you increase the output of your domain. Everything on your property, on your estate, and she would take that increase and make it profitable for the household, man. Like she would make, because the wool and all those, they come from livestock. So as a man, you fence in your domain. You're out there like Jacob was breeding. How he was breeding those sheep. How he was causing the sheep to breed in a particular way. But it was his wives that was making the clothing from the sheep. That was making the food and getting the milk from the goats, and
it was a homestead.
Yeah,
it was a homestead. I mean, that speaks for itself. I mean, it was a homestead. It was a system.
Yeah.
That's the reality of having an estate.
Yep.
I
got one more.
Okay, come
on. Cause see, now we're being healed. Cause we were sick. Degeneracy is a mental illness, man.
It is.
But now we're being healed. This Jeremiah 30:17. It says, "For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after." So now we're going through the restoration processes as men and women. We're being healed. Just us living this thing and living in the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of our ability. It's a healing within itself.
It is. Oh, even our music.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We gotta reclaim the music, the
Yep,
heart music.
yep, yep,
Classical music. That's our thing.
yep.
You know.
Hey, I be listening to like some chill hop or
Hmm.
some lo-fi
Yeah.
jazz,
Yeah.
and I do it, sometimes doing ride share, and
Hmm.
then it even provoke productive conversation.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it'll provoke productive
Yeah.
conversation,
It
man.
does.
So yeah, man, we that's why you get to a point to where you despise nigga behavior, man.
Hmm.
It get to the point like anything niggerish, you just cringe at it, man.
And that's how you know you back in your royal lot. If I could just get the
Yeah,
scripture
yeah,
right
yeah.
quick.
So,
All right. This is Sirach 41 in the GNT. It says this is what you this chapter goes into what you should be ashamed of, and it says be ashamed of breaking a promise. But this is the point because we had something called etiquette.
mm-hmm.
Right? It says of leaning on the dinner table with your elbows. So we were so prestigious that this is written by our forefathers.
Mm-hmm.
This is not an Edomite thing. This is a Jake thing. So even one of our rules of etiquette was when you eat at the table, don't put your elbows on the table. Cause you said we going back into our noble spirit
Yep, yep,
to where nigga behavior it irks your spirit.
yep, yep,
Cause it's what's the word? It's unrefined.
yep, yep,
You know?
yep. Um, this is I got the word etiquette.
Okay, cool.
It says etiquette, and this is a simple Google definition. It says the customary code of polite behavior in society or among members of a particular profession or group.
Yep.
So that's why you had, you know, etiquette amongst men,
Mm-hmm.
etiquette amongst your family, you know, etiquette between a master and a servant, because see, the slavery that Esau did, he did it with no etiquette.
Mm-hmm.
We had etiquette, even amongst, master and slave.
We did.
You say a good slave, you would treat him like a brother.
Yep, that's right.
You had an Israelite man under you, you would treat him like a brother if he was a good servant, man.
Yep.
you know?
That was law.
Yeah.
If I can shock you, is there an etymology to that?
Let me see.
That's a beautiful etymology too.
Okay.
And while you're getting that, I get this in Sirach 21. Is going back to etiquette because the name of the lesson is nobility versus degeneracy. So now we're going into nobility. All right, part of having a noble trait is when you eat, you don't put your elbows on the table. You don't eat everything the person offer you. All right, is a Sirach 21 and 22. It says, "A foolish man's foot is soon as in his neighbor's house, but a man of experience is ashamed of him." And this is the point, verse 23. A fool will peep in at the door into the house, but he that is well nurtured will stand without. So these are little customary cues that when you follow, it makes you more noble. So you go over a brother's house and he don't come at the door. You don't look in the peephole. You don't try to look through the windows.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's nigga behavior.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So these are etiquette rules.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see the etiquette. Let's say from French, etiquette. It says prescribed behavior.
Yeah, because I remember last time I looked at it, it was like little signs. Like the word etiquette is from the French, which means like little signs or something like that.
Like ticket, you got this word ticket.
Yeah.
It says short note or document, um, from etiquette label or note, a little note, especially one.
Little note. Yeah, yeah.
Especially one affixed to a gate. Remind you like phylacteries. Jay used to have the law in that box.
Oh yeah,
like a little note.
Yeah.
Jay used to have the law, like phylacteries. And it says literally something stuck to affix, to stick, to attach, meaning card or piece of paper that gives its holder a right or privilege. It says a certificate, a license, a permit. Yep.
I mean, I guess that's the point. Like you said, that ticket.
Yeah.
All right. Like you said, the phylactery. All right. But it's like these little cultural cues. All right. These cultural cues that's really indicative of a noble mindset.
Yep.
So one example of etiquette is when you're eating, it says, be ashamed of having your elbows on the table. Another example of etiquette is you're at the brother's house and brother, you wait on the brother to come to the door. You don't look out in his windows and stuff. All right. It's not just about knowing you're Israelite. It's really being groomed back into that noble heritage. An example of that was the sequel to Coming to America when Jake found out that he was the son of a king. So then when he found out he was the son of a king, he had to go to Zamunda. He had to get groomed and start to practice walking like a king and talking like a king, man.
And the first thing was what he had to learn his forefathers.
Learn his forefathers.
Yeah. You got the GNT.
Which I do got the GNT.
Go to that Ciroc 7 and 19.
Okay. 7 and
start at 18.
Okay, con. All right. Ciroc 7 and 18.
Yep.
Don't betray a friend. Don't betray a friend for money.
You see that?
Yeah.
This is the standard. Don't betray a friend for money.
That's street culture.
Yeah, that's nigga culture.
Come on, man.
You know, niggas sell up each other, get robbed.
Yeah.
Okay. Like it's a horrible culture. You know. Go ahead.
Don't betray a real friend for all the gold in the world.
Don't betray a real friend for all the gold in the world, man. All right, and you have a culture that's all about what exposing secrets. You know, like this is the culture. Like it's cute to expose one another. Like, even if you, the scriptures say, even if you and the man are enemies, don't disclose his secrets, man.
Yep.
You know, going back to that standard we had, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It's a lot. Don't miss your chance to marry a wise and good woman. A gracious wife is worth more than gold.
Yeah, so even the scriptures even tell you about a good woman. You see, we had a standard on everything. Okay, and we're speaking about a wise woman. What type of woman? It's a submissive homemaker.
Yeah.
Because that's a valuable thing. You know, like that's a great enhancement to a household. A wise woman, man. That's submissive homemaker, man.
Yep.
You got it, bro.
We gotta go down with this one, brother.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why I said start at 18. Read down. Yeah.
Okay, con. Let me see. Verse 20. Don't mistreat servants who do their work well or employees who do their best for you.
Yeah. So in this society, what? They work the shit out of the good workers.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
They get over on the good workers. Everybody finesse him to do the work while everybody else chill, laugh, you know. You see? Or a woman, she got a good husband, you know, she'll work him to the ground.
Yep.
You know, a lot of women, they work these men to the ground. Yep. You know, even if you have a wife that's in order, you're not just supposed to run her to the ground, man. Yeah. Or you say you Jake, they got a business and you got people working for you, you don't run them to the ground. Yep. There's a certain way that you treat your servants, man. Yep. You know, yeah, bro.
All right. It says, verse 21, show the same love to wise servants that you will show to yourself.
Yeah.
And let them have their freedom.
Yeah, so there's a balance to it. You know, like America is the most overworked country in the world. You know, but nah, man. Like even when King Solomon, when he was building the temple, all right, and he had Jake's pretty much in their supervisor position, supervising the heathen, they would work 6 months and be off 6 months. You know, he didn't run them to the ground, man. 70 hours a week, you know, all this crazy. Nah, man. It was a balance to it, man. Okay? But that goes back to nobility, man. Being noble, you have to be considerate of your service, man.
Yeah, because, Sirach 10, the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Yep.
Now we're going into that. Yeah, that's heavy. Let me see where am I. It says, take good care, verse 22, take good care of your animals you own. If they make money for you, keep them. All right, and this is running an estate, man. All right? If you have sons, educate them, teach them self-discipline while they are young. If you have daughters, keep them virtuous and don't be too indulgent with them. When you give your daughter in marriage, you have finished a great task, but give her to a sensible man.
Yeah, so this is the standard that we came from. It said, teach your sons. So your son will go out. When your son left your house, he went out into the world, all right, with value. Okay, he went out to the world with a skill set that added value to the nation. Okay, you didn't like now the children of black culture, they go out to the world and terrorize. Okay, they go out to the world with just straight being a demon, man, robbing, killing, knockout game and all that
Yeah.
stupid shit with no skill set. But nah, man, when the Hebrew man left his father's house, he will go out and be an asset to the nation. That's why what you will kill the slothful son. Okay, this nigga's a liability. That's noble culture.
Yeah.
Like nah, like we were speaking about earlier. Like that nigga got a default.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were speaking
Yeah.
about that.
A defect.
Yeah, a defect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That nigga had a defect. You got that. We can't produce that no
Yeah.
more. We gotta cut that off
Yeah.
right here, man.
Because your estate, your homestead is a company.
Yeah.
In the house of Israel is a company. We can't manufacture no defects. Man. We
Yeah.
can't put this on the shelf.
Yeah.
We can't reproduce this.
Yeah. Because as a man, that's your name.
Yeah.
So you can't put your stamp on that and put that out in the world like, nah, who boy that is?
Yeah.
That's why I first, especially back in the day, like who boy that is? Like some mischief went on in the community. First thing they say, who boy that is? Who daughter that is? So first as a man, you can put that bad product out for your name, and then as a nation, you can put that bad product out for the nation, man. Now that's the Israelite. Nah, nah. You didn't get to grow up. Okay, if you was a bad product, you didn't get to grow up.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it, bro.
All right. It says, verse 26. If you have a good wife, do not divorce her, but do not trust yourself to someone you don't love. Honor your father with all your heart, and never forget how your mother suffered when you were born. Remember that you owe your life to them. How can you ever repay them for all they have done for you?
And I want to read that 26 in the regular version. This Sirach 7:26, has thy wife after thy mind, forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman. And this society is full of light women. I want to get that word light in the Ellen.
Yeah.
You're gonna love this. All right. Because this is a culture, all right, of light women. So you're going to the word light as an adjective. All right. At first it says not heavy, having little actual weight. It says here you go. Yep, this is the point. It says meaning frivolous. Frivolous, that of unchaste. Both from the notion of lacking moral gravity. Okay? So the sexy reds, the Cardi B's, okay? Because pretty much that's what you call it, the archetype.
Yeah.
Because through Cardi B, now you have millions of Cardi B's and sexy reds, of the nation, but those are light women. Okay, they have low moral gravity.
This is the ninth definition for degenerate in the Free Dictionary. A person who has declined, especially in morals, from a type of considerable standard.
Woo! Decline in morals.
Yeah.
What Cardi B said she was setting niggas up after the strip club.
Yeah.
Getting them robbed. Then she was getting them raped. Like some what the hell? It's like and that's the standard. That's a cultural norm. Okay, but these are light women. That's why Lord finna put the majority of the Israelite women in America to death, man. Okay, and then keep going. It says lacking moral gravity, and it says make use. It says the notion is to make light of is also the definition of unimportance. Unimportance, and then it says from 1530s. It says a slang of light skirts, women of easy virtue. You see? So the scriptures say if you have a wife after your mind, which just means that she's under your order, okay? She's an asset, okay, to your enterprise. Don't get rid of that woman, man. Okay? And it says you don't give yourself over to a light woman, man. Which this society holds light women in high esteem, man.
Yeah.
The degenerate women, they're held in high esteem.
That's right.
Okay? But nah, man, we come from a culture where the women that was homemakers, they was held in high esteem, man. Those are the ones that was had a good name, man, and sought after, okay, amongst us, man, when we was in that state of nobility, man.
Yeah. Come on.
That's all I had.
Hey man, well, hey, look, man. Hey, we were studying the old past, man.
Yep.
Hey, but with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kakadash.
Double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of great millstone well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba, Abba, Come out, Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.